Yesterday, Deputy Agriculture Minister Michał Kołodziejczak attacked TV Republica. The politician accused our station of inciting people because we cover the farmers' protest.
To wy podkręcacie też i stoicie za tym, że
It's you who are whipping this up. It's you who are behind the fact that today there's such negative PR. For example, those banners that went around, because I wouldn't be surprised if you did it to cause a stir.
będzie w taki sposób wykorzystywane.
When asked by our journalist Łukasz Muda whether he supports the farmers' protest, the minister did not give a clear answer.
Gdybyśmy chcieli zrealizować tylko te dwa najczęściej
If we wanted to realise the two most often touted demands, even you can throw out the Green Deal and close the borders. Of course, we could meet the demands of these often extreme groups. We could leave the European Union, and then it would be simple. But are we going to do that? Do we want to put up walls on both our borders? Because I'm not sure that's what we would want. That's not what I want.
tak robimy, bo to nie jest moje rozwiązanie.
Michał Kołodziejczak has made his name in politics as an agricultural activist. Prime Minister Donald Tusk has delegated the Agrunia leader to talks with protesting farmers, but the deputy minister is not warmly received by the strikers. In the eyes of the farmers, he is a habitual traitor. There was once a story about a man who sold himself for 30 pieces of silver, so you see, and his competencies are quite limited. He'll come back with a concrete response. I negotiated this, and not this pouring water. One's brain swells. We need concrete measures. First you say 2 months is too little, then you'll say 2 years is too little. We are the ones who got you to this position. But here, this is what your word is worth to us.
Kto za nim jeździł? Od tego trzeba zacząć. Ja tylko widziałem...
Who was the one following him during his protest back then? I only remember watching TV and television. I also wanted to go to show my support, but when I saw that he was there with just that one TV station, TVN, a light instantly blinked in my head. I realized he's a puppet. That's what he is, a puppet.
Czerwone światełko w głowie, że to jest podstawiony jakiś pajac. To jest pajac.
At the agricultural blockade of the Polish-German border in Świecko, protesters made a phone call to Michał Kołodziejczak. The conversation, however, was not to the liking of the Civic Coalition politician. When will this be closed, or are we supposed to close it ourselves as farmers? Gentlemen, the grain will not be unloaded for the time being. On Thursday, Prime Minister Donald Tusk announced that border crossings with Ukraine will be added to the list of critical infrastructure facilities within the next few hours, which would make a strike impossible. But this has not happened so far. Protesters are announcing that such steps by the government will be completely unlawful and give assurances that no one is blocking the supply of arms or humanitarian aid. All humanitarian aid is being let through right away. I underline this. Humanitarian and military aid is being let through. And that's why we appeal to the Prime Minister to get a hold of himself on this issue. Nobody will be disbanding a legal protest here. Nobody will be telling us what to do here. Russian provocations have become increasingly frequent in recent days. Yesterday, unnamed perpetrators spilled grain that was in transit to the port of Gdansk, from where it was supposed to go to other countries. Footage of the incident is being used in a media campaign against Poland. If we don't understand the geopolitical dimension of the situation, that the European Union policy on agricultural imports from Ukraine, violating from the beginning the basic principles of the Common Agricultural Policy, consisting in protecting and separating the EU agricultural market from external markets through a system of sluices, which, by the way, has a time-limited duration and built-in fuses, is implemented on Germany's geopolitical order and in Russia's interest in order to divide Poland and the EU and break their alliance, then we won't understand anything. Michał Kołodziejczak has repeatedly bought into the Russian narrative in the past. The agro-union leader has ratted on the Americans and worried about the deterioration of Warsaw-Moscow relations. With Russia, what did you do with Russia? You got us into a dispute with Russia, our biggest client. They are putting it at odds with Russia. We have to have the courage to get up and show this to the Americans. Take that. Parallel agricultural protests are taking place in Europe all the time. Today, Dantean scenes occurred in the streets of Brussels. A farmers' protest in Warsaw is planned for tomorrow. The demonstrators will gather at 11 a.m. in front of the Palace of Culture and, walking through the city, will end the protest in front of the Prime Minister's office on Aleja Ujazdowska. Paweł Błoch, TV Republica.